Hello, and welcome to Courage to Change, and You Are Loved. Thank you for being here. You are on your healing journey, and so am I. After the loss of another family member due to addiction, I had to do something. This is my something. Readings from One Day at a Time with Al-Anon. And yes, Al-Anon addresses alcoholism, supporting family members and friends that have someone in their life with this addiction. And I'm here to say these readings are so powerful, they could help other family members and friends, even if somebody else in your life has a different form of an addiction, because there are many different types. These readings are powerful, and they will help you on your healing journey. I decided to start doing this to help heal myself, at the same time hoping that I could help somebody else out there. This is our reading for December 21st. In a meeting, I heard someone say of steps 8 and 9, I made the list of people I have harmed, and I put myself at the top of the list. This had not occurred to me. Somewhere in my past, I got the message that to think of myself first was wrong, that it was my duty to care for everyone else. As a consequence, I was never ready to take care of myself, and so became a burden to those around me. Have I harmed myself? Of course I have. That is ultimately what I am trying to recover from. In fact, improving myself is the only real action available to me. Now I know that to take responsibility for myself is the first thing I must do to make the world a better place. Today's reminder: being true to myself is one of the greatest gifts I can give to those around me. Perhaps I will inspire them to do the same thing. Perhaps not. Why should others bother to follow my example if I can't take care of my own affairs? To give advice to others is to intrude. To give advice to myself is to grow. Most of the shadows of this life are caused by standing in one's own sunshine. And that's a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. Do you, on a regular basis, give advice to others? I do. I'll admit it. I do. And then to read that last line in today's reminder, to give advice to others is to intrude. Forgive me. I'm going to ask for forgiveness from all of those that I've given advice to, and maybe I didn't ask for permission first. But to give advice to myself is to grow. Absolutely. I am definitely taking that one to heart, to ask myself, give myself advice on how I can grow as an individual. And who else out there? You can put a comment down below, because I've done this. Who else out there has done this? Was told not to put yourself first, not to think of yourself first. Maybe it would be bragging. Whatever we heard growing up has not served us well. It didn't teach us to be able to take care of ourselves, and we were always putting others before ourselves. That was working on the outer world, worried about the outer world, working on the outer world. Instead, we didn't have a chance to work on the inner world, because we were told that it was a selfish thing to do, was to think of ourselves first. Well, let's just flip the script on that one. Join me to flip the script on putting yourself first. Whatever you heard growing up, flip the script. Because what we were told growing up was forcing us to worry about the things outside of ourselves instead of really focusing on who we are on the inside, connecting to the spirit, the soul, who we're meant to be. Yes, this is a very powerful reading today, and a big reminder that it's okay to put yourself first, especially if you have the right intentions and that you're doing all the self-care, self-love, self-compassion. Yes. Yes. Say yes to that. Say yes to you. This is very powerful. And it takes practice. And if you still have resistance, I get it. It's only because it's a belief that was built up over time, through the years. But just remember, if you're going to get on a plane anytime soon, they're going to ask you to put the mask on yourself first, not the person next to you. No matter if it's your child, your husband, your mother, your grandmother, they're going to ask you to take care of yourself first. Big reminder, driving this message home. Toss out all those bad things that we heard growing up and say, I'm changing that today, because guess what? This is the one thing that you could also change. You could change the things that you heard that are no longer serving you well. Put yourself first. Start practicing that. And I'm here to tell you, you are